So today is 30th of January and welcome back to the 2-minute prelims revision series for 2025. This particular video is about different industrial sectors in India and their key facts which are important for the upcoming exam. Let us first look at the steel sector. So India is the second largest steel producer in the world after China, and it is also the second largest consumer of finished steel in the world after China. Steel sector in India is a deregulated sector. So the government does not set any annual targets for steel production. Regulated sector are those sectors which have a regulatory or supervisory authority. For example, the banking sector in India is regulated and supervised by RBI, the insurance sector by IRDI, the stock market by SEBI, etc. So there is no such regulator or supervisory authority for steel sector. That's why we are calling it deregulated sector. There is a mission Purvodaya for steel sector. The aim is to accelerate development of integrated steel hub in eastern India, especially the Kolkata. This particular mission encompasses Odisha, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, and northern parts of Andhra Pradesh. And this particular region contributes to around 70 to 87% of India's total steel production. So, very important. Next is the National Steel Policy 2017. The policy aimed to boost the production capacity by 300 million tons. The current capacity is 200 million tons. It also strives to increase the per capita steel consumption to 160 kg. The current consumption is 60 kg. Next is textile sector. Textile contributes to around 2.3% of the GDP of the country. So important fact, 2.3% of the GDP. 13% to the industrial production, 12% to the exports, and India has 4% share of the global textile trade in the textile and apparel. India is one of the largest producer of cotton and jute in the world, you know this, okay? And India is second largest producer of silk in the world, and 95% of the world's hand woven fabric comes from India. Now, there is a Mitra scheme here, Mega Investment Textile Parks scheme. The aim of this scheme is to make the textile industry globally competitive, to have a world class infrastructure with plug and play facilities to create global champions in exports. Okay? So, this is particularly a scheme. Now it was named as PM Mitra scheme, and the aim is to create a world class infrastructure where the industries can come, they can invest, and they can become the global champions in the export of textile products. Next is Powertex India. So this is very easy. Powerloom sector development के लिए स्कीम आई थी. Next is very important, Samarth scheme for capacity building in textile sector. This is important. The objective of this scheme is, this is a demand driven, placement oriented NSQF compliant skilling program. Okay, and the aim is to create job in the textile sector, and it includes all the related sectors of the textile industry excluding the spinning and weaving. Okay, next is, and the target of this is to train at least 10 lakh person, 9 lakh in the organized and 1 lakh in the traditional sector. Electronic sector in India, so the CAGR is 13%, and all of this is not very important. And India is ranked 60 in the Network Readiness Index of 2023, and there is a jump of 7 from 67. Not very important. Next is very important, petroleum and natural gas sector. Now, India is the third largest energy and oil consumer in the world, fourth largest importer of LNG. India consumed 192 million metric ton of petroleum products, and this is there, and there is continuous growth of consumption. India has set a target of to raise the natural gas mix to 50%, 15% by 2030, which is currently 6.7%. Ethanol blending targets, if you see that ethanol blending was only 1.53% in 2013-14, but it was increased to 2022 May around 10.17%, and there is a target that by 2025-26 we will increase it to at least 20%, and this has been advanced from 2030 to 2025. So there is a viability gap funding which is happening in this to boost the ethanol blending there. And there is also a target of setting up 5,000 compressed biogas units under the Satat scheme. What is Satat scheme? sustainable alternative towards affordable transportation. So these are the key facts of different sectors.